Hello, everybody. I'm hoping this is live. I just had a little blip in the matrix, if you will. So I'm not sure if this is coming through. A lot of energy right now, a lot of crazy energy right now. I always feel like after the solstice, I always feel very drained. It's a very powerful, powerful energy. And after that, I just feel very drained. It's just like so much powerful energy that is just so very much. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Aisha. Can you hear me okay? Is this coming through okay? I just had a little blip saying that it wasn't doing a live feed, and then I was thinking, I don't know what's happening. Thank you, Cindy. Hi, Sissy. Hi, Sharon. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Crystal. Welcome. Okay, looks like it's working now. That's good. I wasn't sure. I had a message saying that this is not live, and I thought, okay, I don't know what that means. Hi, sweetie. Nice to see you. It's been a while. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Karen. Oh, good, Sissy. I'm glad it's good. It's loud and clear and everything's fine. Oh, thank you, Kathy. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we had the solstice last week, right? How was your energy since then? I was super high, like magnified energy. And then I came crashing down. It was like overwhelming. Did any of you feel that kind of effect at all? I think it was Sunday. I was just totally wiped out. I couldn't do a thing. I was just like, oh my gosh. Rachel, your comments are duplicating. I don't. Energy is crazy. And when energy is crazy, technology is crazy. Hi, Velo. Nice to see you. Oh, Crystal feeling drained. Yeah. Exactly, sweetie. Yes. Hi, Mary. Welcome. Great energy, Karen. Yes, Elizabeth can relate. Mary can relate. Yep. Catalina, welcome, welcome. Yes, Crystal. Yes. I felt this last year with the solstice too. I remember it was very, very powerful and very just like, okay, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. And we'd just get into so much. And then you just come crashing down. And that's just how I totally feel right now. So I think this is recovery time, and we're coming on the full moon too. So it's like a high, a crash, and now we're dealing with the full moon energy on top of it. And we've got some eclipses coming in the next few weeks, and we've got all the retrograde planets happening. And it's like, whoa, it seems like summertime. When we hit the summer solstice, that's when we have all this crazy universal energy happening, and we all kind of just like fluctuate so much. Yes, so Thursday is the full moon. Tomorrow I will be doing the full moon releasing, which is perfect timing for this, right? So yeah, it's been crazy energy. Nell, you agree? You've been staging yourself around for about a week. Yeah, it's a lot of you can relate. Yes, I think a lot of us who are in tune with what's going on really feel it more so. It's amplified for us, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't realize, and they just kind of go about their day and their business, but if you're kind of aware of what's going on, it's like, oh, okay, you can really relate and really understand, and see that there's a lot of us going through the same things. So, Mary, somebody predicted this happening. Yeah, that's interesting. So today's topic I wanted to talk about was fear, and I'm always guided for one reason or another. And I've talked about fear before, but that's what they're telling me to talk about today. And at the end, I'm going to pull an angel card for the group, just one card, as a universal message, so we can see if it relates to today's topic or something completely different. but I'm finding that it seems to be very resonant with many of us when I pull the one card for the group. And Crystal, you don't want to leave the house, and Rachel, you can relate as well. Yes, a lot going on right now with the universal energy. It's crazy. Cindy, it's been difficult to keep emotions in check. Yeah. Yes, that's part of it too. When you have the high energies and the lows, it kind of makes our whole bodies fluctuate. It's just like, it makes us hard to keep in balance. And we just have to be respectful and mindful of what we're going through. Just be mindful of it. And it's okay to let the emotions flow. It's okay to be tired and rest. Rest if you need to. It's okay to feel energetic. There's times when you feel the energy high. Just be mindful of it and respect what you're going through, and let your body go through what it needs to. And if you need to rest, rest. If you need to cry, whatever the case may be. Hi, Thea, welcome. So today's topic is fear, and we all go through fear at different stages, at different levels throughout our lives. Sometimes we're consumed with fear. Sometimes we just have a little bit of things that come up that make us bring us fear. Sometimes we go through long periods of time where we're just really consumed with fear and we just can't get past it for whatever reason. Fear is the root of all of our problems. And interestingly enough, it's located in the root chakra. It's the root of our problems, and it's located in the root chakra. There are other chakras affected by fear, however. It can affect all of our chakras if we let them go on too long. And I feel that fear is when we detach from source energy. We forget the trust. We forget that source is with us all the time. We forget that we have that safety net. We have that security blanket. We forget that we are always taken care of. And so when something comes up, let's see here, Elizabeth, how about when people try to put fear on you? Yes, that happens. That happens a lot, There's so many different ways that fear can come about. We can hear things. We can see things. We are affected by what others say. We talked about the power of word I think it was last week or the week before. And if somebody says something very negative or fearful, that can carry such heavy weight. And fear vibration can just amplify very quickly. And a lot of people can get attached to that fear vibration very quickly if somebody says something. So that's a very, very powerful vibration. We can get defensive. Yes, we can. There's so many things that can affect us, Mary. When we are in a cycle of fear, we worry, and it's a domino effect too. We worry, we feel stressed, we got a little thing here, I got a notification to delete here. We get confused, we get depressed, we are affected by insomnia, we get angry, we get sad, we get tense, our muscles start to hurt. Our heart rate goes up, faster heartbeat, When you're under a sense of fear, do you feel that where your heart beats out of rhythm or it goes faster? Have you guys experienced that? I have. The high blood pressure, right? High blood pressure. Rapid breathing. Your breath is out of balance. Headaches. Pain throughout your body. If we let this continue, this cycle continue, and don't deal with the things that are causing the fear, or don't reduce the fears or release the fears, then it can go into disease and long-term health issues. So there's so many fears around us too. We are consumed with fears, a lot of us, a lot of the time. Adrenaline rushes, yes, right. Yesterday, in fact, Elizabeth, yes. There's so much that can be affected by us experiencing fear. And it's part of our experience. It's part of our human experience. But we've got to learn to, deal with it. We've got to, I'll talk about some suggestions of that too, of how to reduce it, how to release it, how to move on from it, So, Nell, pins and needles in your body. That's another good example. Pins and needles in your body. Our body reacts to fear so many different ways. It's like a defense mechanism, but then it causes more issues and more issues and more issues and more issues. One example of fear for me, when I was my early 20s, 30s, I would say, I was always consumed with fear of not having enough money. That's a big fear for a lot of us, right? And I was working at a job I was very unhappy with. I was working there thinking, I'm stuck here because it's giving me the money because I don't have enough money. I was fearful of trying to find myself within a work situation where I would be happy. I was afraid to step out and do something else because I was making enough money to make ends meet. But I still had that mindset, I'm not making enough money. So there's a double thing there. I was fearful of not making enough money, although I was making money. But I was fearful of leaving that job because I wouldn't make enough money. So it was a horrible cycle to be in. You see what I'm saying? And that fear caused me a lot of these things that we talked about. A lot of the headaches. I had constant headaches, constant insomnia, constant anxiety, depression. That caused a lot of disease to come my way because it was every single day. It was a constant. And so it was such long term that I ended up having a lot of physical health issues. And once I started realizing that I needed to really change my thinking, change my life, change the way I go about things, that's when things started reducing, started to relieve, started to go away, started to, started to heal. So we do so much to ourselves from just fear being involved. And it's crazy. It's crazy that we allow ourselves to go through that, Was something that you used to worry about, Mary? Yeah. There's so much of that. We worry about so much, and fear is the cause of worry. We have the fears of the what ifs. What if I can't? What if I can? What if I don't? What if? We have that fear. What if? Well, what if you try it and you can? You really can. Sometimes we fear we can, but we're afraid to try it. Sometimes we're afraid we can't, and we're still afraid to try it either way. That's what changed your life, is the way you're changing your thinking. Yes, Mary, me too. Changed my thinking, changed my life. We have the fears of the can'ts and the doubts. That's a big one. I just don't think I can do it. I can't. I'm so doubtful. The doubts get in the way. Fears of the unknown. That was part of my situation. What if I can't get a job that will lead me to where I want to go ultimately? What if, I don't know what's down the road for me? I don't know if I'm going to be able to manage it. I don't know what's going to happen if I change this job and get another job. I don't know. The fear of the unknown is big. How many of you feel that? The fear of the unknown. That's big. I don't know. I think that's a big one. Here's another big one. Fear of what others will say. How many of you struggle with that? Because that affects what you do. Well, what if somebody doesn't approve of this? What if my family doesn't agree with this? What if, the judgment of others is such a big fear with so many people. Do you guys struggle with that? I think that's a big one. I think that's a real big one. And the fear of change. We might want change, but we are afraid of the unknown. We're afraid of trying something new. We're afraid of stepping out and just doing it for what, fear really can consume us. It's crazy. There's so much out there, right? So much out there. Let's see here. Indeed, Amy. Nell, getting better all the time. Wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. Getting better all the time. It is a process. It's a process. It's not something you can, well, not all of us can fix overnight. It is a process. And you've got to give yourself some time to work out these things, Donna will be sending healing prayers to your sister and husband. Yes, sending healing prayers. Yes, we will send healing prayers to them. Yes, absolutely. Not anymore, Amy. Good for you. Marciana, fear is when I say something and it might hurt others and end up not expressing ourselves. Yes, right. That's how another chakra can be affected. I was so very fearful for so much in my very young childhood that I shut down the communication. I was very fearful of talking in front of strangers, in front of anybody. I was fearing my truth for many years. Am I back? Bad connection today. I want to make sure I'm back. Am I back? Throw me some thumbs up and hearts if I'm back. Am I back live? Yes? No? I don't see anything happening. Okay, I see some hearts now. Okay, good. Thank you, Mary. Yes, Mary used to think about judgment of others and had to change her thinking, That's a big one, judgment of others, of what others think, of what others say. The criticism hurts us. It can be very harmful to us. But that's just their own fear. It's fear carried forward, Somebody's criticism of what you're doing is their fear, and it's just carried forward. Or maybe they attach to your fear of some way, and it's just the energy carrying it forward. So, what are some of the ways to reduce fear? Now, I'm not asking you to go face these fears like, I'm afraid of heights. I'm not going to go walk a tightrope on the, way up high. Now, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about fears of, where you need to get yourself, you personally. What is it you are personally afraid of that's holding you back from doing or becoming what you want? Because we all have those kinds of fears, jumping out of planes or whatever, or, that kind of thing. And we can reduce those fears to an extent, but that's not really what I'm addressing today. It's more of the fears that hold you back from bringing your true self connected to source energy. Bringing yourself back to true source energy, And so what are the ways that you can do to heal some of this or release some of this or deal with some of this? One is to really think about what is the root problem that's causing the fear. What is the very root problem that's causing the fear? And think about it. Write it down. Pull it apart. What's causing that fear? Okay, is it money? You don't have enough money? Write down your situation. Why do you think that? Are you being taken care of? Do you have food on your table? Do you have a place to live? What is it that's causing you to think you don't have enough? What is it? Maybe it's a fearful, a relationship. Maybe you can't find love. You're never going to find love. I'm fearful I'm never going to find love. Why do you feel that way? Write it down. Probably you need to work on some self-love. How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about others? How do you feel about relationships in general? Really, really try to dig deep and find the reason. What is causing this fear? We all need to make sure we are okay first. Society's conditioned us and our parents. That's true. We are so conditioned with society's messages, words, media, things happening. We're affected by so much constantly. It's always a constant, things coming to us, and we have to decipher and decide what we want to keep and what we want to release. And what others say and what others do, how they affect us and stuff like that. There's a lot to it. There's so many layers to this conversation. We could talk for hours. But really try and dig deep and figure out what is the root problem causing the fear. And meditate on it. I talk about meditation all the time. I cannot say it enough. Meditate, meditate, meditate to rebalance yourself. Reconnect to source energy. Reconnect and find yourself. Find your respect and your confidence and self-love. And meditate and clear all the stuff that doesn't matter. We're consumed with stuff that doesn't matter. Clear that away. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Sage. Cleanse it, clear it, meditate. Some deep breathing in and out. Breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. When we're fearful, we hold our breath. Those years I was in that position, I didn't breathe at all. That caused the pain in my neck, that caused the diseases I ended up with. It was the ripple effect. I didn't breathe. I forgot how to breathe. Remember to breathe. If you're starting to feel tense, that's an indicator. If you're starting to get a headache, that's an indicator, Breathe, 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 breathe. Remember, in, out, as simple as that. We're given this for free. Breathe. Hi, everybody coming in. Thank you for joining today. Go out and spend time in nature. How many times have I said that? I say that, I think, every time I talk. Go out, get some fresh air, hug a tree, walk in the grass, walk in the sand, sit with the flowers, go and be out with nature. Go out and be with nature. That to me is such a big, big healer that it reduces all of this tension, all of this heaviness that we feel when we're fearful about something. Go out in nature and breathe and connect to nature. It's free. Breathe and connect to nature. It's free. It's simple. It's free. It's wonderful. Go appreciate the leaves. Go appreciate the branches. Go appreciate the breeze. Go appreciate the sun. All of it, Oh, Mary, meditation has been a huge help in your life. Mine too. I cannot speak enough about meditation. Yes. That's huge, the breathing, Nell. Yes, it is huge. A lot of times we hold our breath. Something happens and we hold our breath, and that's what, one of those trigger points that just starts going ding, 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 Oh, thank you, Kim. Grateful for you. Get to where you can go to think clearly, because when you're fearful about something, you're not thinking clearly. You're consumed or you're affected by thoughts that are not rational, usually. Typically. Your ego comes in and starts feeding it. Yeah, you can't. You're saying you can't? No, you're right, you can't. Go to where you can clear your mind, be it meditation or out in nature. Go for a walk, whatever the case may be. Just clear your mind, clear your thoughts of all the things that are consuming it, and whatever's causing the fear too. Let it all go for a little bit. And just be in the moment with the clear, just let the positive, pure energy come to you. When you can reduce and release those thoughts, pure positive energy comes to you, and it's so much easier to move on. Exercise. Take a walk. Go for a run. exercise is a great fear reducer. You get the the energy in your body. You forget what you're thinking about. You start feeling better. You start feeling more energetic. You start feeling that you start to breathe more. You start to get things moving, because fear slows you down in your tracks. Fear slows you way down and can just really put you in a a container that just locks you in. Get out and exercise, whatever the case may be. And if it's just a walk, that's fine. Go out and walk the dog, walk the cat, whatever. Then you're still breathing. You're looking. You're not thinking about. Once you start walking or exercising, you start forgetting about the things that are causing your fears. Pray. Sometimes we forget that, right? We forget how easy it is to pray or ask our angels or spirit guides, God, Creator, universe, your higher power, please help this situation. Please help me get through this situation. Please help me find the answers to the situation. Please help me move forward past the situation. Whatever the case may be for you, whatever the case may be. Find some self-love. A lot of times we forget that. And that's a big part of it too. I think we forget that we are important. What we think, what we feel, what we experience, what we go through is important. It's part of our journey, part of our learning. Remember to do some self-love. Look in the mirror and appreciate everything about yourself. Tell yourself you're beautiful. Tell yourself you love you. That really starts to make you feel better. And that can reduce some fears. Find ways to be more self-confident and find self-respect and self-worth. And do some meditation with that. I've got some crystals to tell you about to help with these things too. Spend time with your pets. Oh my gosh, I know a lot of us have pets. I know mine aren't out here right now. That helps you forget the stuff that's consuming you with fear. Spend time with your pets. Spend time with your pets, your loved ones, the ones that you cherish most. Take small steps with this stuff too, because if you rush into something, I don't know, I feel like you need to just work on it, and it will start to dissolve, and you'll start to see changes really quickly if you remember to work on these things. But give yourself some time to process what's happening and how you can resolve what you're fearful over. Maybe you just got some news and some bad news from somebody, maybe a loved one, maybe a medical provider, and it's put some fear into you. Well, reflect on it, write it, pray about it, and bring in nature, connect with nature, do some self-healing and rebalancing, and find yourself again with source energy. Find yourself, connect again with source energy, and find the solutions together. Find the solutions together with source energy on how to deal with whatever it is that's affecting you to cause that fear. Amy, I cannot do without meditation either. I love to meditate, and it's just been a huge transformation for me. My goodness. Mary, you're so worried about your mom and dementia, and if I don't do something about soon, I've been told the doctor yesterday it's affecting my health. Yes, see, so you're fearful about something that's causing the worry, that's causing your health. It's a domino effect. So pull apart, Mary. What is it about your mom's dementia that is causing you the worry? My mom has dementia too, and I'm having to learn a lot about myself and about her by this experience. And they are going through their own experience, and we have to remember that. They're going through their own experience. and they're going through some experience they cannot control or help. And that does affect us, but we can work on the way that we feel about it. We can work on the way that we respond to it. We can work on the way that we react to them. It's a process. It's definitely a process, you know, definitely a process. So some of the crystals that I suggest, because I'm big on crystals, you can also, I suggest to sage, cleanse and clear, often, especially if you're feeling fearful or if you've experienced fear. If you're going through a very traumatic time, do it a lot. Sage yourself. Just light the sage and cleanse and clear. It just takes a moment. Do it outside if you don't want to do it inside. Light the sage. Brush it over your aura. Say you release the negative energies. I always feel so much better after sage. Oh. Some of the crystals I suggest to carry with to reduce the fears. Now I've got some that are bringing in some other things too. So some are red garnet and red jasper. Really, really good for reducing fear. Really good for healing the root chakra area where the fear is rooted, where it starts, where it stems from. And you can carry them, you can wear them, meditate with them, put them on your root chakra area. Hold them when you're facing these things, Oh my gosh, Renee, we always have topics that resonate, don't we? Black tourmaline reduces negative energy. What's fear? It's a negative energy. Black tourmaline is very, 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 very effective for that. Also hematite. So if you want to reduce the negative energy, carry, wear, place around your body the black tourmaline. Very effective. Very, very, very effective. I can't talk enough about either one of these. I love them both. To bring in some calmness, some self-love, amethyst, I didn't bring an amethyst out. Angel light to help you remember to connect. Also very calming. Rose quartz, very calming. Helps you to deal with some of the emotions that are caused by the fear. Helps you find your self-love. Helps you find forgiveness. Sometimes we need to do that with fear-based things. Sometimes we need to find the compassion. That's also can be related. So rose quartz, great. Citrine. Very happy stone. So fear brings a lot of crazy emotions. This can bring in the happiness. This can bring in abundance too, because a lot of fear is stemmed around abundance. So citrine is really, really good for that. And the last one I wanted to show you today is clear quartz. Complete positive energy from clear quartz. It'll take care of all of that stuff and more. Clear quartz brings in the positive energy. Lets the negative drift away, drift away. So, remember to be yourself, honor yourself. A lot of times we don't honor ourselves when we are facing fears. Honor yourself, love yourself. Sometimes we forget that when we are facing or we are in a fearful state. Respect yourself. You are beautiful and worthy just the way you are. And you are here for a reason. I just saw the bracelet comment, Crystal. You are here for a reason. You have your own unique purpose, and your own unique self is here for a reason. Don't hide that. A lot of times we hide that because we are afraid. Reconnect to source energy. Reconnect to source energy, because when we are afraid, we have detached ourselves from source energy. So reconnect to source energy and rebalance. Regain that connection, that trust, the faith, the communication, you know, and pay attention to the guidance that you're given. Trust the guidance that you're given. A lot of times we're fearful. We're given guidance and we're fearful. Should I really go that route even though the signs are pointing that way? Trust the guidance that you're given. Trust your intuition. That is a big part of your source connection. Trust your intuition. All of these things. So we're all faced with fear, one time or another, sometimes a lot of times, sometimes just occasionally. But reconnect to yourself and source energy to reduce, release, and let it go. So, let it go. You know, be yourself, be yourself. So I'm going to pull an angel card, one card, to see what the angels have to say either about this topic today or something, I don't know, sometimes it can become something completely different. So we'll see what they have to say. And we'll see what their message is for us. This is for the whole group and those who watch later. And thank you for sharing. I do appreciate. Mary used rose, clear, black tourmaline is an awesome combination. Awesome combination. And sometimes obsidian. Hi, Magda. Welcome, welcome, welcome for coming in. Talking about fear today. Yep, talking about fear. So, what do the angels want to tell us today? I'm loving doing this little card pull thing on these shows. They seem to be really resonate with a lot of things that we're talking about. So 2 cards fell out today already, really quickly. And I think actually they both relate to the topic at hand, if you will. Unknown fear, KP, that's a big one. Unknown fear is huge. Unknown fear is really big. It is. Hi, Ron. Welcome, welcome. So the first one is let your past go. A lot of times we are fearful because of something that happened in the past. We're afraid to let things go. We're afraid to move on. We're afraid to take the next step. Isn't this amazing how this came about today? The angels are telling us. The angels are telling us, let your past go. That's a big part of fear. Holding on to fear is holding on to our past. And that is a lot of healing involved in that. Again, do your meditations, do your connection with Source, do your, the things that we talked about. But let your past go. That's big. See if your fears are stemmed on past events. See if that, when you start to think about your fears, see if they're connected to some of your past events and start working on letting them go, reducing them, or finding forgiveness, finding resolution with it, That's amazing. The burden of carting your past around has made you weary. It's time to let this burden go. Wow, leave everything else behind. You don't want it. You don't need it. Let it go. That's what the first angel card is today. The second one that fell out with this is we need to go play. Sometimes when we're in a state of fear, we forget how wonderful it feels to go out and play, be in nature, connect in nature, go have fun, go do something that we want to do, that's when we forget our troubles, is when we go play. We're in the moment. We're truly in the moment, having fun. Yep, they've got a clear message for us today, Crystal. Absolutely have a clear message for us. I never know what I'm going to talk about on these shows. I kind of have an idea. Sometimes I have an idea, and I think, I don't know, I'm guided for something else. I wasn't sure I was going to talk about this today, but it was very, very strong that I did, and the angels are definitely with us and telling us, they've got some very clear-cut messages for us today. So One is for us to let the past go. One is to go play. I think that's our homework for this discussion today. I think it's beautiful. It's awesome. And saying, don't worry. They will oversee the responsibilities and make sure that everything's complete. Playfulness and gaiety and laughter will lift your energy so that you will have like a renewed spirit. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Awesome, awesome, awesome energy. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And this is probably meant to be today too, because we just came down from the crazy solstice energy, and we just are entering into the full moon energy coming up here. And like a lot of us had talked about at the beginning, is how we were feeling lately. So I think it all kind of fits right now. It all kind of fits. So I think also on a personal standpoint is when you face some fears and you move past them, that's when you open yourself up for bigger and beautiful transformation, because you are more connected to Source or reconnected to Source. And that's when wonderful things really start to open and flourish and develop. So just keep that in mind too. Yes, Mary, you need to go out and play. Let's see here. A couple comments. Fear doesn't prevent death, yet it prevents living. That's such a beautiful way to say it, Amy. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're so consumed with fears. I had so much fear throughout so much of my life, and I can't get those years back. Start now. Start now wherever you are, and enjoy what you've got. And beautifully said, yeah. Beautifully said. So, Sweetie, take your shoes off, walk in the grass like you did when you were a child, and lay up and look at the clouds and see what you see. And that's when magic happens too. My little thing came out. That's when magic happens too. You can reconnect that way. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful, absolutely. Lorianne, just wrapping it up here pretty quickly. Watch the replay. Talking about fear today. Forgiving others is so important, and ourselves. It's true. It's not easy to forgive ourselves and others, or even a situation. But a lot of times that consumes us, and just the thought of that causes fear sometimes. But once you can get past it, it heals, it lets that burden off, it just releases, and you feel lighter. And once you can reduce the fears too, you feel lighter. You do feel more connected overall. You feel renewed, renewal of spirit. So, thank you all so much for this awesome topic. I know we've had some deep discussions the last few weeks. I think it's necessary. I think we've needed it. We'll see where we go next week. Tomorrow I will be doing the full moon releasing. Full moon's on Thursday, but I'll be doing it tomorrow. Perfect timing. We can start on working on reducing the fears together, because we all have some. We can start releasing some of those fears and whatever else is holding us back tomorrow. It'll be, I'm thinking about this same time tomorrow, unless my schedule changes, but it'll be during the day again. So please join me for the reducing negative energies tomorrow, and we'll do that together, and we'll reduce the fears and all the other stuff that we hold on to that we don't need, that's holding us back. So watch for that. Thank you for joining me. Thank you all the regulars. Great to see you all. Thank you for the new people who came in today. Thank you for joining us. Please like and follow so you get my notifications. And yes, thank you so much. Crystal blessings to all. Blessings, blessings, blessings. And love and light, love and light. And take this today and see if you can do some of these things to help yourself. Help yourself reduce some of the fears that are holding you back from where you need to be or where you need to go or what you want to do. All right. Thank you all so much. My phone is getting pretty hot, I always think. that's going to be a issue. So, all right, I hope to see you tomorrow. And love and light, namaste. See you next time. Thank you.